Hello, my little crones, my little munchkins, and my little chickens. How are you today? Well, it's early and it's sweltering outside, but because I'm shrouded around all these trees, I just had to come outside. Believe it or not, the air conditioning makes my body feel cold. Now, I don't know if it's because I'm Asian. I don't know what it is, but I don't like a whole lot of cold air blowing on these old bones of mine. Nevertheless, I don't like to be hot either. So there is so much going on in the news today. Let me take these glasses off because I can't see. There is so much going on that there is so much that's going on. And just the tip, why did nobody tell me that Ivana Trump died? I go away for 5 minutes, come back, and I got all this news. And somebody telling me that Kourtney is saying that it's not her son leaking information. Well, is that don't be all. And Tasha K talking to me outside in her car. Well, Jesus, Lord knows we got a lot to talk about. Come on in, Baby Crone.
Yes.
Yes.
Baby Crone.
Throw it back and give it to me. Ew, that lightning,
Yes.
baby. Let's bring it. You know, we have been away, so we're just catching up with all this news.
Yeah.
All of it. So, of course, Baby Crone always going to take. I'm going to give her the music section today because she's got to deal with that. And do you have any fun facts or anything that you're going to talk about science? Or
Yes.
you're just going to say you got something? Well, that's good. So let's
Always
just
gotta come with a science.
gotta come
bit.
with it. Something. They want that, don't they? See,
Yes.
once you feed them, they say more, more, more. So anyway, what we're going to talk today about, we're going to say, first of all, congratulations to Jennifer Lopez and Ben
Yes.
Affleck for getting married. Hallelujah. About time. But you know what? That should give hope to everybody. That 20 years, 15 years, 30 years, I don't know. But for them to get back to finish what they started, I don't know what broke them up. But I can tell you this. Back when they were going together, J-Lo was the booty person. It was like she was known for the big ass. However, I always felt some kind of way about it, and I'm sure she did too. Because how is this Hispanic woman going to be the ass? However, she is, I think I would call her like white Spanish. She tans, but she's more white Hispanic to me.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying white people and Spanish people can have big asses, but come on, y'all. Give it to where you know it belonged to the big ass black people. Just come on and say it. However, she was that of that day. And I often wondered, was it because of the blackness or because of the color of her skin or her ethnicity? Was that what held them back? Because their breakup was just weird and no more. So for them to go back, that just, I just give kudos to them. They give love. That means it means what meant to be will be. And if that is not karma, I don't know. I only know I wish them the best and whatever they do, because she even took on his last name.
Yes.
So that's a big thing for Jenny. So we're not going to call her Jenny from the block no more. We're just going to call her Jennifer Affleck.
Yes.
We just
and
so
that does
happy.
sound pretty. Jennifer Affleck.
It does. It sounds like a commercial, doesn't it? Well, anyway, I hope that it brings her fruitfulness, and I hope that they find the love of their lives and that they be a beacon for those that are looking for love. I hope that. So that's what I got to say about that. Now, I'm going to talk about, what is this? Sesame Street. Okay. Baby Crone, you go.
All right. Well, I sure did love Sesame Street as a kid when I was a child. And it's just sad to hear because Sesame Street has always tried to be the forward-thinking TV show for kids. Like, it's just sad to see that they were being racist and that there's not just this one isolated incident. It's multiple instances.
I hate to cut you off. And this just brings me to Jeannie Mai. She said that she learned how to speak,
Yes.
talk English
Right.
through Sesame Street. And she's not the only one who said it. So for me, just imagine now she too have a baby of color.
Yes.
So you
Right.
know how offensive. This is the thing I had with it. You gonna tell me that she didn't see those kids? Oh,
Right, they try
and
to
I saw
cover
the
it
little
up.
girl. Oh, that this needs to stop. This. When are we gonna stop this? This is.
Right, we really need to end racism and stop seeing race and just see each other for who we really are. And
Yeah.
forget about color.
I don't even understand how you just judge. It's so. I don't know. It's so BC, before Christ. It's
Barbaric.
So. Yeah, it's so barbaric, and it's ignorance. It's just ignorance, and it's stupid. It's.
Right, in these days and age, we have way more things to be concerned about than other people's color and what that can bring them in their rights and opportunities.
But I think to ignore those kids like that really bothered me. And that was sad, and shame on you. And for me, for her doing it, I think she should be fired. Mm-hmm. Really. She should be
Definitely.
fired. I know that they probably won't because she's hiding behind a mask. But we know what masks are in this country. I just feel as though to ignore those little girls like that, heart-wrenching. So anyway,
And who knows how much they idolize Sesame Street to even be there at the parade.
if it was my daughter and I saw that, oh my God, me and that lady would be in an argument. You know, I would have.
Yeah, that's like going to like a Santa Claus on Christmas
Ah.
and he rejects your kid because they're colored.
And don't want him sitting on his lap and skip around and tell him, the next one because the next one was white. When are we going to be done with this? When will this end? When will it end? Well, I know this. The people that follow me, we are not about that.
No,
That's
we
for
are
sure.
not.
We are about love, and we are about the underdog. So we know what? This lady that did this, she's a jackass. Mm-hmm. So she's an ass. So shame on her for it. And you know what? She's got bad karma. And you know what's going to give her the bad karma? The fact that she lied and going to say she didn't see it.
Yes.
Impossible. Impossible.
Don't want to acknowledge her wrong.
So with that being said, I'm going to leave that with a big old question mark. May karma do what's right to teach her love little kids. Whatever you feel, come on. Not the kids. Not the kids. Not the goddamn kids. All right. With that being said, okay, we're going to move on. And here's another one. I gotta go there. I don't want to go. I don't want to go there because I'm in a good mood. Penn State. Mm-hmm. How? I am. Babe, I'm not going. You're gonna have to segue this one in because I don't want to say something I'm gonna regret. So I'd rather clean up after you than you clean up after me. So go for it.
So apparently the Penn State University, and on their swim team, they have this transgender male to female, and she won Woman of the Year.
What that? Okay.
Now, I'm all for people's rights, but there's a difference between being Woman of the Year and then just looking like a woman or trying to be a woman.
Babe, that's bad. That's bad. That the way you said that's bad. Babe, that's bad. But you tried. At least I gave it to you. Let me go in.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm quoting it right. You could be a female. What you call the lady said? You could be a female. You wrote it down. You could be a female while she's finding that information.
Female is genetic, and being woman is a social construct.
Yes, that was
T.S. Madison.
No, T.S. Madison didn't say that. The lady said it. I can't. You didn't put her name here. Flame Monroe said it.
Okay.
Flame Monroe, thank you, because I know you had it.
Right.
Flame Monroe said,
Monroe
gender is a fact, Identity is how you feel. Sexuality is a desire. Unless, is this what she said?
Yeah.
Okay. Unless you have a mind and a heart of a woman, I guess you are not a biological woman. All right. I like that. And T.S. Madison against, what's that? Macy? Female is genetic. It is genetic. This thing gets so complicated.
It does get complicated.
Because it makes see, there I was going to say a real woman. It makes a biological woman question. Not question who we are, but question our rights.
Yes.
Because it seems so unbalanced. Like this man winning. Women, of all the women they could have given it to. All the women.
Right.
This ain't right. What are you doing? Do you know what it is? I'm going to say it. Can I say it? What I don't like about the trans, or the people that stand for trans, the transgenders, and not all of them. It just seemed like not only do you want to be a woman, not only do you want the rights of the woman, it feels like you want to boot out a woman. It's like I want to be equal to a woman. I'm equal to you. And it just seems a little unfair. Well, hell, it's a lot unfair. Why? Because you'll never know what it's like to have a menses. You'll never know that. You'll never know the bull you got to go through with it. You'll never know what it's like to worry if you got pregnant, or morning sickness, or cramps, or going low on estrogen. You'll never know that. You'll never know what it's like to be in a man's world and they judge you by your ass or by your breasts. You just will never know that. You have your problems, and I get it. Because you got to go through people guessing, are you a cheap one or are you an expensive one?
Yes.
Can we tell the difference? This you got your whole set of problems that you have to go through. So to X out the generic woman, we're generic, meaning authentic.
Yep.
The authentic woman, I don't think that's fair. I think we gotta find a place, because I can't put you with the men either.
Or we could just create a whole third gender, which is intersex, and just put them in their own category.
But they don't want to be singled out. They want to be women. You are women, but you are. It just get complicated, because if I say what I really want to say, then that's going to make me transphobic. And I'm far from transphobic. I just want to be a woman and proud. I want to be a woman and proud. And I don't want to compete with a man, nor do I want to compete against a lesbian, a dyke. I don't even know if that's the right name.
Women are always having to fight for their rights, and we still continue to fight for our rights today.
And yet men can come in and just take over. I got an issue with it. I don't know how to deal with it, but know this. No matter what I'm saying right now, understand this is a whole new language and a whole new day.
Yes, it is.
We are different generations, and she doesn't even know. So if she doesn't know, how am I going to know? But I'm not setting anything. I just want it to be made fair. And this man getting this, there was a lot of women that could have had it. A lot of women, a lot of lesbians, if that's the case, that could have had that. And another thing I got to know, why we don't hear a lot of women out there talking about they want to play football and they want to go with men. And why is it that they are not out there fighting for their rights like this? I don't understand this. I tell you, I'm going to let this go because I don't want to dig myself any more deeper. I'm blaming it on the trees.
Yes.
Tell them.
Yes, because all the trees that we're surrounded by are mostly male trees.
And when they shooting that pollen, what is going to go on?
Male trees.
I'm just saying, as above, so below. It's something to it. I truly believe that. I truly believe it. And so much so that now the government is saying you're going to have babies. You know what they want? They want white babies. They want them lily white babies with the blue eyes and the blonde hair. They want that. They want it, and you better start producing babies. They said they shall not be replaced. So we got that going on. So there's so much going on, but I don't know. Where am I? Oh, get me back to where I am. Thank you. Because that sesame seed, and then the woman that won year, and
Yeah, so
Penn
it was
State
just
swim
two
team.
back-to-back issues
Oh,
that
Lord.
we as black females will be able to identify with.
And then I have another issue. My other issue is Ivana Trump. Okay. All right. The first wife of
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. I don't know. I can't even, first of all, believe that this is not even making big news. This woman died last week and buried. I don't understand. It just sounds like a little suspicious, if you ask me. I mean, I saw the
Almost didn't
stuff.
believe it.
She was 73 years old. I don't know. It just seems a little suspicious. Now, they said the woman fell down the steps, right? They said she fell down the steps. She didn't have no head injury.
Nope.
She didn't have no neck injury.
Nope.
She didn't have no back injury, but her ribs was bruised. Y'all, now if you see those steps and enough rails to just fall down like that, people, it's breaks. Y'all gotta see it. It's no way she can stumble down and not break her daggone neck or back. However, I'm just saying this sound like a little conspiracy, you know, like I'm just questioning, just like now, you know, like they say in Baltimore. I have an issue with this. I'm lumping these two together because I'm going somewhere. Now here, white man got killed. The way I understand the story go, there was a squeegee kid out there doing his car. Something happened. He accidentally broke the windshield. The squeegee kid went to run, and this white man got out of his. This is what I heard. So he got out of his car and go chasing down a squeegee kid with a bat. The squeegee kid, in return, frightened, scared, and shoot him. Now, from this one incident, they are saying squeegee kids are violent. There's all squeegee kids. But you don't question Ivana Trump tumbling down them damn steps like that and don't have a back injury. Come on, if this...
Probably got brushed over because it was Trump.
I don't know what it is. It could be what they said it is. But she didn't die by natural causes.
No.
So it ain't like they said that the woman suffered with vertigo.
And she was there by herself because she was found unconscious.
Come on, people. I'm just saying, look, you can take that incident about a squeegee kid and blame a whole lot of squeegee kids in Baltimore, Maryland, making it worse than what it is. Look, I'm sorry the person got killed. That's terrible. And yes, they shouldn't, look, carrying guns, not carrying guns, I don't know, because all they do is want you to carry guns.
Yes.
So this squeegee kid killing this white man, they care more about that. And I'm telling you, there's a hole in this Ivana Trump thing.
Yes, it didn't even sound right.
I'm just saying. So, but with the squeegee kid, come on.
That just shows you that as I said, is always out to try to get somebody in the higher ups and the echelons. Yes.
If they want you, I think the message is, if they want you, they can get you. And if they want to send a message, they know just how to do it. And that's all I'm saying. Like I said, the woman definitely could have died, yeah, right, to what they said. But I just feel as though they pushed it out there, cleaned it up so fast. In a week's time, this woman has been dead and buried.
Yes.
Nobody's talked. Y'all people, I'm just saying, I ain't trying to mess with it, because I get it. But all at the same time, I just had to say something. And I like to keep my people informed about anything, whether it's above or below. I don't know. either way, that's a message sent to me.
Yes.
With Ivana Trump. Now, my last thing that I really want to talk about is Tasha K. I can't help it. My heart goes out. Now, I know Tasha K would say, I don't want your pity. I know Tasha K would says, I don't need your pity. I know what you're doing. I don't pity Tasha K. But when I saw Tasha K delivering news out of her car, it broke my heart. When I seen Tasha K house on the market for rent, it broke my heart.
Rent for $5,000 at that.
5,000. I know people think it's funny, and this I don't even know what to say about it.
It's only kind of ironic because she made a whole joke out of I ain't got it.
And oh my God, don't even. And she really don't have it.
And now she really don't got it.
Especially when people started saying that her house was $350,000. I thought that the woman lived, I did the way y'all talked about it. I thought that the woman lived in $1 million home.
Yeah.
So if she's living in a $350,000 home, she ain't got it, people. She's got $1 million views. But this goes back to tell me about Kevin Samuels. Maybe these people that they think have it don't really have it like that. But maybe they have more than most. But then it makes you wonder about the Jeffree Star. Isn't he rich, the makeup person?
Yes, he is.
And he flaunts his money.
Oh, yes, he does.
So it makes me wonder. I've seen some white people. I hate to be racist, but we're racist in this country. Not racist. Prejudice.
Yes.
Because I am not racist. But we are prejudiced in this country, and I just want this all to be done away with. But there is an injustice between white and black. And I'm wondering, is it showing up in the YouTube world?
Right.
You know, because I know that Jeffree Star, he had a place out there with Kanye.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
And he had Tasha K. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But they showed her house. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And someone said she lived all the way out there. And,
5 bedrooms, 4 baths.
all I'm saying is my heart goes out to her. And let me tell you why. To get up and to tumble so far down, to me, I know she's got her stuff going. I know it. But to fall like that, it's like, how have thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? That's what it feels like. And to see her, I didn't see her meager beginnings. But to see her like that, to me, it's shocking. However, I love that she had the tenacity to say, you didn't slay me though. I'm still here. I'm still going to give my news. I still going to have people follow me. I'm going to do it different. I dig that out of her. I dig that out of her.
Yep,
because
true to her character.
True to her character. And that takes a lot of guts, a lot of oomph to be able to get up and face your accusers. As you're speaking on the air, people are calling you with insults. See, for me, to shut them all down, I would start answering some of those insults. Why? Because that's what she does. When they call me up and say, why are you in your car, Tasha? I would then say, because that's where I can go now. You know what happened to me. But to avoid it, I can see it. And another thing, what I see in her eyes, I just see sadness and tired. She seemed tired.
Definitely tired.
And sad. And it's a sadness, like a brokenness in her. She's going forward though.
I mean, I would be too if I had to pay back $4 million.
Yeah, but just to think the humiliation. She got to fight against that.
Right, lost the appeal.
Ooh, my God. So my heart and soul, I want Tasha back. I know she talk about people and everything. I miss her. I know she's on, not like she used to be,
No.
but she's on and against all odds. And just know you got to go against people that talk about you, people don't like you, bloggers, and you got to, and know they dogging your name. It's horrible. But this woman, I give it to her. To you, girl, love. I admire that. I admire that because if it was me, I would have crawled up under a rock somewhere and said, I'm embarrassed. I don't want them looking at me. I'm a girly girl. I know. But for you to stand flat-footed and still come on in your car,
Yes.
girl.
And still, as it's said on the down low, trying to recreate her background for people that pay on Patreon, because apparently
That's what,
any
yeah.
money she makes will get garnished and
Really?
yeah, and go straight to Cardi B. So that's why she's doing most of her videos for Patreon, where people are paying her to make content, basically.
And I feel sorry for her, but I hope that when she rises up from this, that she's bigger and better for it.
Yes.
And no, don't be messing around with these people like Cardi B. Leave that stuff alone. If somebody say, don't talk about me, leave it alone. Because that's what happened with Iggy Azalea.
Oh, yes.
So Iggy Azalea put a threat out there. So, and she has some good content because she was talking about colorism, and that when she talk about white people, they get offended. But when she talking about black people, and she gets on it, what she does, she's honest about that.
Yeah.
And she get on black people just as hard, and they'll come over and kiki and laugh and slap their side and say, oh, it's funny. But the moment she talk about them, they don't like her. I respect what she's saying. But most of all, Tasha, I know you won't get to listen to this meager old station, but that's okay. We're growing bit by bit. And I'm telling you, you got love from here. You got love from the old crone. We wish you nothing but the best.
Yes.
Let's give her some lightning energy. That's for you, baby.
Yes.
You keep doing what you're doing. Now, we're going to give it over to Baby Crone, and Baby Crone is going to start with what she got to say. So hit it, baby. Take us to the entertainment world like never before.
Yes. Baby Crone felt like she came alive, okay? Let me tell you, Ciara's new song, Jump,
I love
came
it.
out on July 8th. It definitely had me jumping.
I loved it. I
Yes,
love it. It's going to
and-
give Beyonce a bump for her money.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Ciara, you know, as the Crone has been talking about within the industry and the music and the whole theme of Renaissance and where music is going in the future, is that we're bringing bringing back old beats and old sounds.
Yes.
And
yes.
Ciara's song Jump gave me like old Ciara vibes, and I love me some old Ciara. And Ciara stayed true to her vibe. No matter what generation or season it is, she gonna make you wanna dance.
Yes.
And you gonna
and she
dance.
can dance. And she a thick girl.
Yeah.
And tall. Yes.
Uh-huh.
She remind me of Chris Brown. She's the female version of Chris Brown to me. She's the female version. If you put them together, oh my God, I would just love to see what they would come up with.
Yes.
Too tall. Oh. Anyway, go ahead, Baby Crone. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes.
Because, I mean, that song, I loved it. I listened to it, a lot of times. I love the song, and I think that Beyonce got some competition. But
Yes, she
before
does.
you go any further, where's Chloe? Where's
Lost in the
Chloe?
sauce.
Chloe should be out there with her music right now. Ooh, this
As
gonna
I
be a
said,
good.
her music is slowed down and sensual. Nobody.
I would
wants
love. This is a time where Chloe could go because everybody. I'm sorry, Baby Crone.
it's okay.
As they putting music out, everybody is doing something so different and yet got an old taste to it, an old flair. But it's fitting. But it's like a spirit, a seasoning to
Yes.
it. And I'm telling you, Beyonce opened up the door. But they coming through. So I'm curious to see. I would love for Chloe to come out with something.
Yes.
She needs to be out there with this. Because you got Ciara. Who else we have?
We have Cardi B.
Oh my God. We love it.
Yes.
Love the beat. Love it.
So great. Called Hot Shit.
And it is. It really is.
Yes,
it really is. Danceable. And not only, I'm taking over.
Okay.
Not only can you dance to it, you could twerk to it. I'm just saying.
And it was giving, what was it, WAP vibes? Because the way she started out the song sounded very similar, to her WAP song. And even then, she's reviving, bringing back something that she had already made and gave it a new sound and a hard sound at that.
I love the beat. I love Kanye. I love Lil Durk. Is his
Lil
name?
Durk.
Lil Durk. I love it. You sure? Because you be telling me wrong names and get me embarrassed.
His name is written right there, Lil Durk.
Is that D-U?
Yes.
D-U-R-K? Lil D-U-R-K.
And it's always great to hear Kanye, or Ye as he goes by, on songs, especially after I got into his Donda 2 release album, which brings me back to, oh man, Ye truly is a genius. Let's talk about this. Let me bring in some astrology and science for you.
All right, can I sit back and enjoy it?
Yes, you can.
All right, then here I go.
All right, so the song Hot Shit with Cardi B, Lil Durk, and Ye was released on July 13th. And July 13th was a super moon, and it was a full moon. Now, a super moon is when the moon is closest to the earth. And apparently, through my research, a super moon happens 3 to 4 times a year. And
a super moon?
Yes. That's very interesting.
What is a super moon?
When the moon looks like it's appears bigger in the night sky, because it is bigger in the night sky because it's closer to the earth. And this is where the energies are more felt and tied, because as you may know, the moon governs the waters and how the water flows on the tides. So when the moon is closer to the earth, the tides are going to be felt and pulled more.
The energy.
Yep, so the energy is going to be stronger.
From the water within our bodies. Even we have a strong effect to it.
Right, so maybe this was just this weekend, so maybe you could have been feeling a little more emotional.
Or sleepy.
Right, more sleepy, emotional. Could have been feeling energized maybe because it's a full moon, so you're exposed to a lot more light at night. And this moon is also special because it was called the buck moon. And what is a buck? Well, a buck is a matured male deer that has antlers. And here's something very special I learned about antlers during my research. Antlers, as you may know, fall off every year. However, they're not the same every year. They come back differently shaped and stronger and more improved. And that just shows you how every year, well, not every year, every life that you live, just like trees, you're going to come back and regenerate.
Wow.
But you're going to come back more improved and more better because you lived and now you learned and now you're able to use those experiences to help you in your future life.
Also, it's like you will pick up where you left off. You understand? So if I died and let's say I was in a murder charge, right? So when I come back, I don't know how this totally works, but let's say I come back through the phase stages of being a baby or whatever. But as I grow up, I will find myself right back. Maybe I may be the person that had somebody murdered. But either way, I got to deal with it. You can't escape nothing. There is nothing new under the sun. Nothing. So if there is nothing new, then there is no new souls being born. When you look at it, when a person died, it's always just the right amount of people on the earth at the same time. It's always the right amount of people that die at the same time. It's just the way it is. There is nothing new under the sun. Everything regenerates itself, even the trees. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Wait,
no, it's okay.
Go ahead.
And so what this symbolizes is how, so Kanye West released this, Kanye West has released his Donda 2 album in February on the 22nd day in 2022. Already that's the 2 energy. So Kanye is really methodical and plans out when he releases his music.
So is Beyonce.
Yes.
She did the same thing.
And Kanye is really not missing a beat because he's always releasing a song or content like his 3-part documentary Yeezus or Genius, I think it was called on Netflix. That was released on a new moon, a half a moon, and a full moon. So therefore, Kanye is always consistent and on track with the moon cycle, which shows he's truly a genius. So this song, it sounds hot. It's a fresh beat, but it's also bringing you alive at the same time.
And it's reminiscent of something old.
Yes, and being that on the full moon, it's like bringing back those reminiscent energies within you, and like really trying to like touch you in a way without touching you in a way in the song. It touches you emotionally, maybe more spiritually, because he hits that beat.
It's the beat.
And let's talk about the beat, because in Ye's part.
But before we talk about the beat, I love Cardi B.
Yes.
I love them all.
And I'm sorry.
No, you go.
I was going to say that, speaking of Cardi B, she was looking like fire and ice at the same time in her music video, which is showing the elements and duality.
And it's also kind of have a futuristic vibe. I loved all three of them. I thought it was very good. It was fresh, because when Beyonce came out and her number, we didn't even deal with the numbers on her.
No.
She did the moon thing too. You should have known that. However, but what I love about the beat with him, they make you want to dance. Ciara makes me want to dance. When I first heard it, I first heard Hot Shit, it made me want to dance. When I heard Beyonce music, it made me go, what's that? Huh? These two music soundtrack was reminiscent to who they were.
Yes.
I heard Cardi B in this. Like, this is Cardi B vibe. I heard Kanye. That was his vibe. And the way they introduced Lil Durk. There are people who complain, but there's going to be people who complain about anything.
Yes.
But the people that's complaining ain't up there doing it. So you got to consider the source. However, I loved it.
And so, moving on to Kanye and his part, as you saw with his futuristic mask on, and still showing to a T that he's not showing his face to the public. Even in a music video, you can't even see his face. That's so funny, but it's truly genius, because he's so serious about his work. And so you saw this oil or liquid bouncing to the beat, as the beat was, well, it was the bass, and really in certain frequencies you can sense the bass in certain liquids, or like even in your body. If the bass is that high and boost, you can feel the vibrations in your body. So this vibration was making the fluid want to dance to it.
Yeah.
And this isn't just for a cool effect. This is actually a true scientific.
So even
oil.
that was calculated.
Yes.
Even the oil. Was it oil?
It's like a liquid.
It's a liquid base, and it's mixed with.
It depends on what type it is. There's different types of. Okay, it's called a non-newtonian fluid liquid, and types of examples of it is quicksand.
Oh.
Yes, it behaves one way, but then once you apply pressure to it, it acts a different way. Like quicksand, you're like sinking in it, but the second you start moving, it makes you sink faster because you're adding pressure. So this type of liquid in the video, it's a solid when it's at rest, but once you add pressure to it and make the base go, it becomes a liquid, more liquidy and less consistent, and is able to flow more easily. Yes.
Because it was jumping to the beat. So that was, however he did it, that is a fact what he did.
Yes.
That is not a special effect. That is something that can be done.
Yes, it's
so
something
he
that can
gave
be done.
it that. So even thinking, oh my God, even thinking to put that scientific fact in there, and remember, and he only did it with his video. What I'm saying about it is, it was like 3 videos. Yes. Cardi B did her for her way. Then Lil Durk did his way on the water, and then Kanye did it with the mask with the bouncing oil. It was representative of all 3 of them, but yet futuristic, especially when Cardi B start walking down I just thought it was awesome. And they did show Lil Durk and Cardi B rap together.
Yes, they did rap together.
I just
the
loved
only
it.
one that was separate.
And I like that. it let them know. It was like, it just remind me a little bit of, for me, Future and what's his name?
Drake.
Drake. Remind me of Future and Drake. Okay. I mean, it wasn't the same song, but I love the way that Lil Durk was the buffer.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like you listened to two different songs under the same beat, and I just loved it. I hope that made sense. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm taking over this.
No, it's okay.
Because it's really good. I'm
Just
sorry.
to explain a little bit more about why this liquid behaves differently under certain pressures, is that it doesn't follow Newton's law of viscosity. Newton's law of viscosity, honey, for an example, has a low viscosity, which means it flows more slowly, which is why it's a thick consistency when it's being squeezed, and it's consistent throughout, whether it's in a hot area or if it's in a cold area, it's still going to be thick. But a non-newtonian, I'm sorry, this is a hard word to pronounce, liquid.
And I can't help it.
This liquid is not consistent in its viscosity, and that's why its thickness changes depending on how much pressure you add to it. And a great way to think about this is that it looks one way but acts another way. So if you think about it's I don't want to say it's like fake, but it's misleading, and that's why, bringing back to quicksand, how you can be misguided by these types of liquids because you think it's safe when it's not, or you think it's gonna support you and it's not going to. And that's pretty much all I have to talk about the music videos.
Okay.
I did want to talk a little bit more though, since I have your guys' attention. I wanted to bring
What
up
time
the.
is it?
It is 5:05.
How much we have?
We've been recording for 45 minutes.
Okay, go ahead. We can
Yes.
take that out.
I wanted to talk about the Lionsgate.
Oh yeah, we talked about Kourtney Kim.
No, we did not talk about
Okay,
that.
before we get to this, hold up. Let me talk about Kim and Kim losing her lawsuit against the housekeeper and losing weight. The weight loss is terrible. I knew we were in trouble with Kim when I saw a video, a post when the leggings didn't fit around her legs and didn't fit around her arms. However, she's going for the thin girl look. She's trying to bring it back. People, please don't follow it. Please don't. It never was no good for the very white people that was under it. Don't go back to that. Please don't follow them to hell.
I hope
Don't.
she doesn't end up in the hospital. Going
Yes,
this
please,
rate.
her and Chloe. Don't follow this trend.
Even Pete is speaking out now.
Speaking
apparently.
out, allegedly.
Right.
Please don't follow this trend. Being tiny, miny, mo is not, don't do it. She doesn't tell you, just like when you're small like that, you don't eat. And understand, you don't eat because you can't. What do you mean? You go so long without an appetite. How do you know? Because I used to have a slight eating disorder. And I used to struggle with my weight. Although I never was fat, I just always wanted to stay thin. So I understand it. And anybody out there, I've never been fat a day in my life. So you will understand what I'm saying. It gets to a point where you may want to eat, but you can't. Don't do this. This is not good. This is not good at all. And it can lead to seizures. It can lead to anemia.
Yeah.
And if you get sick with something, God knows. What if she caught the corona?
Oh my God.
Oh my God. She doesn't even have the weight.
Wait, her
Please.
body's already too weak.
It's too weak and too thin. Don't follow these trends. Please. Please don't follow these trends. This is so unhealthy. And so many people followed the butt trend, and look what happened. Many women have died. Many women have seen their maker following this. And it is clear these people are not a good person to follow when it comes down to that, because they lead you down a rabbit hole. Their bodies is like putty. They treat their bodies like putty. You know, like we don't like this style, because right now, I told you, and the Kardashians, when they get tired of being black, I told you that they are going to go back to being white world. But I'm telling you what I know. A lot of white women are not going to ever take them back. Ever. And a lot of white men will never marry her. Ever. Why? Can I be honest? Because she's contaminated. What do you mean? The moment you've gone black like that, you done crossed the line with a whole subculture of people. Okay? So yes, there's always going to be those that like her from the surface. And I would be shocked if they want her and Pete wind up getting married.
I would be shocked myself.
And the fact that they get married, if they last.
Yes, I would be flabbergasted. No words, speechless.
But I'm telling you, she want to go back into white world. And she's taking that skinny sickness with her, that anorexic starvation, thin, looking like wearing a zero. What do you look like wearing a zero at 40 or 41 years old with 4 kids? It's not even natural.
No.
So that's what she want to do. Good. So people, black women and women of color, don't follow that.
Maybe this is her perimenopausing, as you say.
Oh, she's definitely perimenopausing.
Wanting to try to keep her youthful look by looking skinny.
That's the new thing. She's trying to bring it back. Don't follow it. That's all I got to say about it. Please, don't follow her. She gonna follow you to a sick bed. That's where she gonna follow you, to a sick bed. Don't follow that. Go ahead. Her or Chloe. And Kourtney is the only one that seems like I ain't following them, trying to get out from underneath of the Kardashians, which I told you guys, she don't want to be a part of this. You know why? I told you the Kardashians are going down. I told you this slowly because you already see thieving Kim. She's a thief. She will take what she wants and try to get away with it. But here she met somebody said, you ain't taking Skims.
Yes.
So, and the mother, I mean, it's a lot going on. Oh, and I got to go a side note and then you get back. I listened to Tokyo Toni. This woman says some things that are so profound that sometimes I don't even think what the people's really listen to what she says sometimes. I'm going to have to do a read on Tokyo Toni.
Yes.
I have nothing but respect for her now. Now. I'm not saying everything she do is right, but I'm saying get her on a good day. That's a wise woman. I'm just saying it. Get her on a good day. You know me. I know she's looked at as an underdog.
Very.
I get it. But listen to her on a good day. I'm telling you, this woman is profound.
Yes, if you can just get through the way she presents the information.
Yeah. And she have a little potty mouth. But get through all of that. This woman say some profound stuff. That's why I say catch her on a good day. And she timing up for them Kardashians.
Right, she just rolls it, and she just rolls right off her tongue like it's so natural.
And the things that she said about her granddaughter. I'm going to just tell you one thing that she said about her granddaughter that made me go, oh my God, I ain't even think about it.
What?
Here's a tip. She says, have you ever noticed all those black babies, not one of their grandfathers to say anything, not one of them, you don't know anything about them, you don't hear anything about them, and she asked the question, what do you think they're getting paid to be quiet? My God, that's deep. You're right.
Never thought about it.
Never thought about it. She said, but I'm the only grandmother that stands up for mine. That's just one thing she said that was deep. One. I'm going to leave Tokyo Toni alone. Just think about that. You're right. How do they get all them grandmothers of those black babies? You don't hear nothing about their kinfolk. No. You don't hear nothing about the grandmothers. Wow. Wow.
Hush.
That's all. Hush. And she, Tokyo Toni, you made me wake up. You said some things there that blew my mind. So with that being said, go ahead on
Yeah,
and
did you
finish it.
finish Kourtney?
Yeah, all of that was with Kourtney because they're saying that Mason is not leaking. It's some other source that's leaking this information, and it's not her son. Do I believe Kourtney? Yes. 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 I do believe Kourtney. I do. Why? Because she ain't got nothing to lose. You know? And you're not going to blame my son for everything. So, no. So, I respect her with that. And besides, this is a clear way of Kourtney letting you know she wants out.
Yes.
This is
that's
a
true.
sound of out for me. So, go on,
Yes.
go in. So you get back to the Lion Gate because I had missed that. And if I would have missed it, I would have had to go a couple of days. And then Monday, we would have been on to something else. So I had to squeeze that in there.
Yes. So
thank
we
you,
will
baby.
out our way out of it.
Yes, thank you.
So here we are, moving back to the Lion's Gate. It's the gate that's always opening.
Every year.
Yes, every year. And it's opening July 26th, and it closes August 12th and reaches its peak August 8th. Now, the Lion's Gate's in the constellation Leo. I'm sorry, I've been talking a lot.
That's okay. That's right. And it's hot. But it feels good to me.
Now, the Lion's Gate is in the constellation of Leo. And Leo is all about finding what pleasures you, using your creative abilities to reproduce and create things in the physical world and manifesting your inner light's energy, basically. And why is this important? Well, first off, let's talk about how this happens every year and nobody's talking about it. So it's like every year we have a chance to connect with our higher self and get clarity and energy and understanding about our life purpose and where we should be going and focusing our energies on.
It should be a day where you're celebrating.
Yes.
It should be like the 4th of July.
It really should be. So what's important about the Lion's Gate? Well, I learned something very interesting, and it brings us to the pyramids of Giza in Egypt. And oh my gosh, let's talk about how these
You know that thing is going to go off.
Yes, I know. Let's talk about how amazing these pyramids are, and that really there's no way possible that humanity could have came up with these pyramids and built them themselves, because this is planned out so well that when the Lion's Gate happens, it reaches its peak on August 8th. The three brightest stars in the Orion belt, in the Orion constellation, lines up the 3 pyramids of Giza, and the Sirius star just happens to line up with another pyramid in the Giza, that they all line up perfectly, and this energy is now awakened because it's reaching the apex, because an apex of a pyramid, I've learned
And
through
that
studying.
means apex means the very top.
Yes, the very top, where the energy is released and felt through.
Like the top of your head.
Right, it's like a concentrated point of energy. So all this being...
It's opening to the universe.
Yes, and all this is being brought down onto the earth, and humanity is able to tap into these energies if they're conscious of it, and able to put forth energy.
Anything you want.
Yes.
That you're working at.
Yes, and you want to grow and prosper. And this has to deal with your life purpose and how you deal with your public image, like how do you want to appear in this world? What do you want to bring to this world? Like, what skills and talents do you want to manifest and make not like a fortune, but just to be acknowledged about? What do you want to be recognized for? And this ties into your life purpose. Like, why are you born? Why are you living this life? What is it that you have to bring to this life, no matter how small or big it is? And that's all we're really talking about, just reevaluating.
And let me say this. The Lion Gate also is like a lunar cycle. It goes to the cycle of the moon. So just like you have waxing and waning. When it's waxing, hey, hey, when it's waning, so you have two phases of it. You have the new moon and the dark moon, or what do they call it?
New moon and full moon.
The full moon. So on the 8th, it would be the last of it. That would be what?
Actually, I'm not sure what the moon phase will be.
I think
on
the
that
full
day.
moon, in this case, it would be the full moon would be the dark moon
Yes.
when it's fading out because it would be gone. So when it's gone, you probably won't even see it anymore.
Yeah.
But it's still active because it works like the moon. It's working like on the moon cycle, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Did you read it, or did
Yes.
you just say yes?
No, the moon on this day is on a waxing gibbous, which means it's getting smaller.
Small, see?
So it's just reached a full moon.
Yeah.
And this full moon, again, talking about your inner self, your inner light shining through. Now you have this full energy within you. Now how are you going to bring it and make it into a reality?
Manifesting. So with that being said, I'm sorry, but we're about to
It's
run
okay,
out of
that's all I
video.
have.
So thank you, my little crones, my little munchkins, and my little chicken. Mwah. I love that you listen to me.
I actually do want to say something real quick. Could you guys please, I would love your help. Could you send me TikToks of science things that you might want me to cover, or things that you found interesting about trees or nature?
Anything
Anything.
with the cosmos
Yes.
or Earth.
Please send me the review because I'm always interested in finding new things, and that gets me to engage with you guys more.
So with that being said, if there's anybody that you want us to read about, hey, I'm all eager. So with that said, I got a couple of readings to do.
Yes.
So again, I thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you from all over the world, wherever you may hear the old crone and little crone. Mwah. We thank you and we send you love and we send you blessings. Ciao.